Good afternoon, YouTube friends. Look at that pretty green. I just love that color. So, this afternoon I thought I would just take you around and show you, not this. We've seen this already a million times. Nothing's coming up yet. Well, yeah, my peas are up, but, you know, it'll take a while for this garden to get going. But I thought I'd go around and show you my other yard, the other side of my yard, and some of my flower beds. So here's the little bed that I started behind the shed where the gazebo is, or the tent. It's not really a gazebo. See? It's sort of nestled behind the garage and behind a shed. So I've got a few things planted here, mostly annuals. But I do have my little clematis. Look at it. It's climbing up that little post already. It's doing very well. So this is just pansies, geraniums. I put a couple of roses in. And there's a dandelion too. There's a rose there. And then there's a couple here that I took from the front, and I'll show you. I'll show you my rose garden of shame, because truthfully, that's what it is. So we'll just walk along behind the house here. Here's my strawberries. Very dry, I have to water them. Here's that area that is just I don't know, just a no man's land, I guess. I'd like to put a deck or something over top of it. These stones, there's one there, and then there's one behind the sticks. We can't lift them off. So something has to go over top, and that's where we want to put a door eventually. So here we go. Note this part of the lawn has no dandelions at all. See? No dandelions. Sorry, I'm going too fast. But then you get along here, and it's a sea of dandelions. So this area is an area that I have done nothing to. As you can see, it's a garden of shame. There's a rose bush in here, a dead one. We're still trying to get the roots out. And a lot of quack, a lot of dandelions, and then all these things, which I'm not sure what they are. But you know what? They're blooming right now. The bees are loving them, so I'm going to leave them as soon as they're finished blooming. I want to plant, I think I want to turn this into a cutting garden, but I'm going to edge it differently. I'm going to bring it around so that it follows along here, and then sort of goes, you know, like this, like sort of like a horseshoe. And then I think I will try and, it's very hot here. This is south facing, and it's very, very hot. So I'm going to try growing some annuals that like heat. Wish me luck. And as you can see, this is mostly lawn, not nice lawn. I have a Saskatoon tree here, which is very sad, actually. Very, very sad. But there's a couple of little blossoms on it, way up top there. So the birds will have some Saskatoons. I've never had Saskatoons off here yet. The birds get them every time. So, and then we have a out of control lilac bush, which also never gets any lilacs, so we have to do some major And I'm standing on an anthill. Oh, isn't that just lovely? We have to do some major chopping here. All these hedges are pretty much finished, so we're going to chop them down quite low. So if they're going to come back, maybe they will. There's a rhubarb in here and weeds, and I don't know what else. Lots of weeds. Another rhubarb and more weeds. And look at this. This looks very much to me like a plum tree. It is a plum tree. So it has seeded itself in here. Lovely. Wow. And then this is what's left of a plum tree that's very diseased. And we should take it out. And it sort of was our intention to take it out. But you know, the birds kind of love to sit here and sing in the morning. I should fill up their thing. But as you can see, the tree itself is in really, really rough shape. It has some kind of a, I don't know what. So this is probably going to have to go, or my intention is to till all the way around it and plant sunflowers around it. I also intend to bring the tiller. Hello, little robin. No. And till all along this hedge to the very end. And I haven't shown you the worst yet. Look at this horrid mess. This just makes me vibrate with disgust. There's a weed in there that is very difficult to get out. It's wrapped around the roses. And there's a peony, and there's a rose growing inside the peony. So what I want to do is just take this all out. I have saved some. I've cut some of these roses. I've taken cuttings off of them, and I have a pail of them. And they're all growing beautifully. That's where I got the roses for my other little place over there. So I think we're just going to dig this all out of here and start afresh. That rose at the back, I'm sure it's in the foundation. It's just smashed up against the house, and this is just horrible rocky soil. So yeah, this is my next project, and it's going to be a very difficult one to do because it's very hot here. I'm going to have to maybe work on this in the evenings once the sun is gone. And that looks like a plum tree, and that looks like a plum tree. So this is my garden of shame. This is my yard of shame, this part. But like I say, we've never done anything here. We've only been here 3 years, and this has not been our priority, but it needs to turn into our priority. Because I think it could be quite nice. And it will be nice once we start looking after it. And as you can see, I've left the dandelions for the bees. And they are at them. This little garden I've done, I planted up some things in here. I put 2 roses, one there and one there. These roses were taken from over there. So this is starting to look a little bit better. And it probably will look much nicer once things start to grow. And the front bed here, yesterday I was out here clearing this all up. I planted some things and I watered a good thing, and I put some of my mulch down. I have to put more down. I ran out. Well, I didn't run out, but I didn't finish, so I'm hoping. This is very hot here as well. This is west facing. And I cleaned everything all the way to about here. And as you can see, there's some more of that weedy stuff. My tulips are just about finished. There's a few little ones still showing. But by and large, I think they're mostly all gone. Now the white ones were so nice. Actually, I think I enjoyed the white ones more than I did the colored ones. They're so pretty, so delicate. So I'll have to finish this part along here and get this all mulched with some of our wood chips that we're making. And hopefully this year we want to paint our house, which includes this foundation, the step, and the house itself. Yeah, it needs painting. And I keep changing my mind on the color, just like I do everything. At first it was a very, very, very light gray-green, but now I've sort of gone towards a light olive green to a dark olive green. So, I don't know. I'll have to find a place that'll let you have samples, and we'll go along and just make little swatches. This garden bed is doing good. It always is. This is mostly perennials. I've planted a few annuals in here, and I threw some seeds in the corner here. But yeah, this bed, aside from the odd weed and dandelion, is doing nice. And about 2 weeks from now, this will be beautiful. The irises will all be up in bloom. They'll be gorgeous. So there we go. My little catbird was here today. I put these oranges out. Last year I had a catbird, and I put the oranges. Oh, sorry, little bird. I didn't know you were there. I put these oranges out, and look, they are eating them. He was here this morning. Oh, I'm sorry, little bird. Come back. They absolutely love this feeder, which is made out of a, is that a harrow blade? No, it's not a harrow blade. That's a plow. It's really old. My uncle gave it to me. Just a piece of tin on a post with a bird feeder inside. How simple can it get? So I wound my soaker hose through my tomatoes and peppers this morning, and I think that's going to be good. Nothing else is doing much of anything. And here we are, back where we started. So it occurred to me that I should perhaps say a few words about me, who I am, for those of you who don't know me. My name is Dale, and I live in Manitoba, western Manitoba. My husband and I moved to this property. It'll be 4 years this July. We retired early at 60, and we had always talked about moving to the country, but it just never seemed to work out. And after I quit my job, no, it's a little bird. After I quit my job, well, actually I lost my job. We, at 60 years old, it was the prospects of finding another job at the rate of pay that I needed, it was very daunting. So we just decided to sell our house and find a place in the country. So as luck would have it, our son bought our house because he was still living with us. So he lives in our house in the city, and we found this place here. And we moved out here 4 years ago, come July. And it's been wonderful. It's been everything we thought it would be and more. We did not know anybody in this little town here. We just kind of found the house on the internet and came out for a look one day. And by the time we were back home that same night, we already knew we were going to make an offer. And we did. We were accepted, and 3 months later, we were moving. So it all happened very fast, but it's been great. We love it here. Community is a very nice community. It's a farm community. And we haven't missed the city really. In fact, when we do go back to the city, we can't wait to come back here where it's quiet. So yeah, it's been great. I love to garden, so this is wonderful for me. Where we lived before was right in the heart of the city, and there was no property. We had no property for gardening, and if we had, it was all big trees around us, so nothing grew. So it's nice to have this. This was exciting when I looked in the yard, and I almost bought the house just for the yard and the grounds. And so, yeah, I'm retired, and my husband is retired, sort of. I worked in the healthcare field all my life. Started as an RN, and did all kinds of different things actually. I have a little part-time job here. I clean the post office every day, and I also teach piano. I have a couple of students and hope to get some more. And I do a lot of crafting, knit and crochet, quilt, sew, stitch, make cards, you name it, I do it. And I'm hoping to get my Etsy shop back up and running as soon as I get enough inventory. Excuse me. So that's something I'm aiming for, mostly for fall. Not now. Right now I'm just enjoying being outside, so I'm not going to stress myself out by thinking that I have to be inside doing things for my shop. That'll come. So that's me in a nutshell. I did start this YouTube channel quite a few years ago actually, with a video on how to make bread dough flowers. And it was my intention to keep doing tutorials of different crafts that I do. But then life got in the way. I was too busy, I didn't have time, and I didn't have, well, I still don't have the right equipment to be doing this. I'm using my phone mostly. So hopefully, now that I seem to have the time to do this, I want to do it more often. I'm starting with my garden right now, mostly for my own ability to look back and see what it looked like, you know, throughout the summer months into the fall. But I will be doing a lot more crafting type videos coming up. I might do some cooking videos. And also, I also am a writer and a poet. So I might be sharing some of that with you too. So who knows? However I feel, maybe just what I'll put on. So for now, I guess that's all. I should wrap it up. I think it's almost 20 minutes, wouldn't you know it? So I hope you stuck with me to the end of this video. Might have been a little bit boring, but I think it's important to let you know who you're listening to. You won't see me per se on the video for a while. Maybe when I get a proper camera, but I don't like fooling around with a phone trying to get my face on it. It's too difficult. So for now, you'll just hear me and see what I'm seeing. But that might change down the road. We'll see. So have a great day, everyone. Take care, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye for now.